Hi techies, welcome back. The intellects have started realizing that every event, every happenings, almost everything has been planned for a long time, be it political intrigues, conflicts, revolutions or wars. Some may seem natural, but some are obvious enactments which are meant to appear natural. So, who controls the world? So here we go. Presenting to you, conspiracy theories. Cannot be made any easier. Some call it New World Order, which are associated to the large financial groups that dominate the world. But did you know that ownership of most of it can actually be traced to just 4 huge corporations that you're likely to have never heard of? Anyway, the key to understanding the current political and economic events is a restricted core of families who have accumulated more wealth and power and who truly dominate the world. It is also often touted as having dominion over huge, covered empires whose true wealth and influence is expertly shielded from prying eyes. So actually, who owns the world? Who run the world and have control of states and international organizations like the UN, NATO, or the IMF? As always, when it comes to such overarching questions, we need to follow the money. So let's look at inventory, specifically at the world's largest banks, to establish who the shareholders are and thus who really calls the shot. The world's largest companies are now Bank of America, JP Morgan, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley. Let us now review who their shareholders are. Bank of America shareholders. JP Morgan shareholders. Citigroup shareholders. Wells Fargo shareholders. Now, did you happen to notice the common shareholders that exist among each company? Did you notice that State Street Corporation, Vanguard Group, BlackRock, and Fidelity appears to be a commonality shareholders in all the entities? They are known as the Big Four. And let's continue to look into another 2 largest companies in the world and their shareholders. Goldman Sachs shareholders. Morgan Stanley shareholders. Did you notice, the pattern goes on and on. A network where companies are always the same. The equation devised is that the 8 largest financial companies in the United States are 100% controlled by just 10 shareholders, with 4 companies involved in every single decision that's made. List of some companies controlled by the Big Four, and this list doesn't end there. As you connect the companies listed and their subsidiaries, it is evident that the Big Four is in control of 99% of world companies. In summary, the Federal Reserve is controlled by 4 large private companies, the Big Four. These companies control U.S. monetary policy, and world, without any control or democratic choice. These companies also launched and participated in the current worldwide economic crisis and managed to become even more enriched. In addition, the Big Four also controls the vast majority of European companies listed on the US Stock Exchange, and also have an influence over the largest financial institution in the world, such as the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. Thus it concludes that all these people run the large financial institutions and were trained and remain employees of the Big Four that formed them. It goes without saying that the names of the families that control the Big Four never appears anywhere. With that, isn't it obvious who controls the world? Food for thought. even the company you are working is high likely linked to the Big Four. If you can't believe it, follow the money trail and it will lead you there. Hope we have enlightened your thought about who controls world economy. Please like, share, subscribe and leave us your comments about the video, and stay tuned for our next topic on conspiracy, cannot be made any easier.